Perfect. Thank you, Chrissy. I really appreciate it. I hope everyone is well today. Thank you for taking a little bit of time to view our learning solution. I'm going to just start kind of going through a high level overview of how our solution works and some of the finer points, and then a few examples. And then I would be happy to field any questions. Okay, so let me share my screen here. Okay. All right. And can everyone see my screen? Okay.
Yes.
Okay, good. Thank you. All right. So first, I'm going to show you some of our one of our Microsoft courses. So this is for Microsoft Office PowerPoint. It's a complete turnkey solution for curriculum. So whether you need something to teach your students that is rigorous and relevant and shows them how to use the software while having lots of assessments and hands-on activities, or if you're looking to go into getting them certified, this curriculum works for both. So let me start off by showing you we deliver our courseware through a learning management system. We have our own LMS or learning management system, and we actually build out a custom instance of our course for each of our instructors. So if you're going to be teaching 35 students or you're going to be teaching 150 students, we actually build you a course. We break it up by period for you, and your students are the only ones in that course. You can see how many students that are registered in the course. We actually brand the course for you, so you would see your school logo here. We pride ourselves on our customer service. So you have a knowledge base where you can read how to do certain things. So if you forget how to enroll students, or if you have a question about something in the courseware or how to use the program, you can click on this knowledge base and actually search all of the information of how to use the course. And if you just want to get some answers right away, you can fill out a ticket, or you can call our head office, and there's no phone tree. Someone will actually pick up the phone and route you right to customer service, and we will help you solve any issues that you might have. So that's the home page of the course. And then below that, here's all of the lessons. Okay. There's a participants tab that tells you everyone that's in your course, the last time they logged in, and how long they stayed. Standard learning management stuff, learning management system stuff, very robust reporting. You can drill down really far, generate out ad hoc reports, and if you need any help doing that, it's pretty user-friendly, but if you need help doing that, we're here for you. The course also comes with a full grade book. The nice thing about the grade book is you can actually download the grades and import them into your district or institution's grade book. So you can see these are all of the students that took a particular lesson. You can actually see the grades they got. And then if you wanted to export those grades, just hit export and select which ones you want to export. And then you can import those into, like I said, your district grade book. The beautiful part about that is it generates all the grades you need for the entire grading period, which is awesome. Okay. So let's talk a little bit about the actual courseware. So our goal is to make sure we're addressing all 4 learning styles: audio learners, visual learners, reading and writing, and kinesthetic for our hands-on users, which are actually most people. The course starts out with a overview of what's going to be covered in that chapter. We provide a pre and post assessment. So a pre-assessment at the beginning of the chapter, a post-assessment to aid you in measuring learning gains. That's something else that you won't have to go out and develop yourself. It's already in the course. Each textbook page and section is broken up and chunked before it's going to be needed in each particular lesson. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Then we have a knowledge check. Now, the reading is a passive endeavor. So you say to a student, read this material to help familiarize yourself. So when you move in to do the hands-on activity, you'll be better equipped. A lot of students will say, well, I'm not going to read that, and they'll just kind of go into the activity. So what we did is we put these little knowledge checks in where they have to answer a few questions about the reading. And if you read it, it's super easy. If you didn't, not so easy. But what it does is it moves reading from a passive endeavor to an active endeavor. Okay. Then for each hands-on activity, we have a practice, which prompts you each step of the way, and then a quiz, which doesn't prompt you. You have to recall the steps. And then at the end of each chapter, there's also a project, which encompasses everything that was covered. This is a very comprehensive approach. This is real life curriculum. This isn't just a few lessons thrown together. And as we start to go through it a little bit more, you'll see what I mean. So I'm going to take it right from the top. So if I'm a student, I log in and I click start. Now, one of the nice things is we also have a read along feature. So if you have a audio learner or a person with the 504, an IEP, or some kind of special accommodation, or just not a great reader, they can actually click
Chapter
and
1.
have it read to
Manage
them.
presentations.
Okay, so it's actually reading exactly
Learning
what's on
objective.
the screen. Okay. After the student reads the little bit of information, this is actually the textbook heading. And we have all of our own textbooks that are embedded, like I said. So these aren't some chapters and information we pulled off the internet someplace. We actually wrote all of these textbooks and put them in here. Okay. So now, so now we're at the pre-assessment. Again, it's just a simple drag and drop, 12 questions. We want to kind of get an idea of the student's knowledge. And this way, at the end of the chapter, when they take the post-assessment, it's going to let us know how they did with learning gains. Once they take that, they click check. You say I got all these wrong. The pre-assessment can only be taken one time. It goes into the grade book. And then when you download the grades, you can use that any way you want. So like the knowledge checks, a lot of teachers use as a participation grade. So they weight that accordingly. They use the quizzes as a mid-level grade. They weight that accordingly. And then the projects, they weight the heaviest. So, but you're welcome to, do that however you do it. You know how to run your classroom. After the pre-assessment, the student clicks next and they have their first textbook pages. And this is the little bit of information that has to be read. There's a lot of graphics, there's some text. Once the student goes through it and they click next, they then have this knowledge check, okay? Just 6 questions about exactly what they just read, okay? And it keeps them honest and it makes them read the information, which they're gonna need this information when they go to do the hands-on activity. Okay. Now, in each hands-on lesson, we have a practice and we have a practice that's in the application and a simulation. Now, this particular one, there's no in the application because it's creating a new presentation. And if you were working inside of the application, you would have to have a start file. So I'm going to go to one of the next ones where I can actually show you the in-app in the simulation. Okay, and again, it just kind of goes on. Okay, so insert a new layout in a slide master. Okay, so first you have the in application, which will open up a PowerPoint file inside of PowerPoint, and our instructions live inside of PowerPoint. We've teamed up with Microsoft to actually have our courseware inside of the Microsoft software. We're the only ones that have this that grades automatically. If a student does not have the Microsoft Office software, but you still want them to do the lessons, we actually provide them with the simulation that looks like PowerPoint, Word, or Excel, but it's not. It's a web-based simulation. And let me show you what I mean by that. So first we give them a little video. Again, we want to address those audio learners and those visual learners.
Master.
I can make it big.
Select insert layout.
Okay. Once I watch that little video, I can launch the simulation. And again, I don't need anything to launch this simulation other than a web browser. I can do this on a Chromebook. I can do it on a tablet. Okay. We don't recommend you do it on an iPhone, but they can get the reading material. And like I said, because it is completely web-based, they could do it on a tablet with very little trouble. And with our simulations, if you click wrong, you get an incorrect. If you click wrong again, you get an incorrect. And then the third time, it shows you in green where to click. Okay, so the student can actually Christmas tree this. I'm showing my age now. Remember Christmas treeing when you would do the old Scantrons? Okay, but if they do that, they're going to be quite disappointed with their grade at the end. So this one is telling you that you have to add a placeholder, and I'm just going to keep going until I get the grade so I can show you. And, you know, students the first day will try this. They'll be like, oh, if I just keep clicking, it'll keep telling me where to click. This is great. So I just clicked anywhere because I kept getting the correct, incorrect. Here's my grade. I got a 20. Okay. So that'll let them know maybe that's not the way to go. Read the instructions and complete the lesson. So once I click it, I go back into the learning management system where I can reattempt the simulation, or I can move on, but with the 20, I wouldn't. And this is just a practice, so this doesn't go into the grade book. We're still in learning mode. But here's the part that I want to show you that will make MSI a household name in the coming years. We can actually work inside of the software. Let me show you what I mean. So I click download the file. It's going to actually download this start file that we've developed that matched what was in the textbook. It's going to open up Excel. And when I enable editing, you see, we have the MSI Courseware logo right inside of the software. And here's how we got that there. Here's how easy it is. You don't have to do this every time. You just have to do it the first time. You go insert, get add-ins, and then you search. Put MSI, and there you go. Here's the MSI courseware that actually you can install from the Microsoft Store. This is a big deal, folks. We're just so excited about this. And then I would click add. I already have it, so I'm not going to re-add it. But from the home tab, watch what happens when I click the courseware tab. It actually opens up, and I have the lessons here that can be completed. Okay, I worked here 25 years, folks, and I am just so excited about this product. Now, I can actually resize this window if I want to. I can even detach this window, and I can move it any place and make it any size. Okay, pretty cool. And if I want to put it back, just double click and it'll snap back. Now, I'm going to show you one of the other unique things that we have here at MSI. Videos are good, but who wants to watch a whole video? Who wants to watch a 2-3 minute video if you only need something in the first minute of it? So what we've done is we've actually given you little hints of how to do each action. So if you're not sure how to select view, click the little view icon and it'll show you. Let's say if you have to draw that picture box, click the picture box, hit the play icon, and it's going to show you how to draw that picture box. Okay, so it helps the student every step of the way. And again, this is just the practice. This is why we have all of these hints and help. I'm going to do this one really quick because I think it's worth seeing. There's a technology called comparison technology where you can do an activity and it'll compare your start document with your finished document, but that's not a great way to really show students how to use the software. So we actually validate each action that we want to test the student on. Let me show you what I mean. So in this lesson, I have to insert a slide layout. I have to insert a picture placeholder, and then I have to insert a text placeholder. So let's look at my instructions, okay? We're going to do this very quick. I've done it a bunch of times, so I can go quick. So I have to go select view, and then select slide master. And in the edit master subgroup, select insert layout. Ooh, edit master, what is that? Let's click our little hint. Okay, so we click our little, oh, that's where it is. She actually shows me right where it is. So I'm going to go insert layout. And now we just put a layout in. And then I am going to, in the master layout subgroup, select insert a placeholder, drop down and select picture. So I'm going to insert a placeholder for a picture. And then it says to draw a picture placeholder. Oh, okay. Well, I just did that, so it looks like I did that right. But you know what? Why don't I go and check my work? So I can actually check my work every step of the way. So watch this. And it's actually reading the document. So it's going to, probably take about 5 seconds, but it's going to actually read. I just realized I am not logged in as a student. Oh, there you go. So it actually checked that I have the slide layout, that I did that, and I inserted a picture placeholder. So it actually went in, read my document, made sure I did everything correctly, okay? And then if I complete the rest of the actions, so the next one I have to do is insert a text placeholder, okay? So let me see, slide master, insert a text. Okay, I'm inserting a text placeholder and I drew it and then close the slide master. Okay, so that's everything complete on this lesson. Let me check my work and see if I got the rest of it right. Look at that. So I got 100%. So when I click continue, I'm going to actually close the document. And once I close it, it's going to return me back to the learning management system where I can click next and go to my next lesson. I'm not going to watch you make me, I'm not going to make you watch me do anymore because that can be tedious to watch. But I do want to show you one thing. When I get ready for the quiz, which is the one that generates the grade, I download the lesson. And I just want to show you what the quiz one looks like. And then I'm going to show you what a project looks like. And that'll just illustrate the rigor of the courseware. Okay, so I just open it up. And now if you notice, it doesn't give me any instructions, any prompts. It just says in the slide master, insert a layout, insert a picture, insert a text placeholder. That's it. And I have a timer. Once I get done with everything and check my work, the submit grade icon will light up, and then my grade will actually go into the grade book. Again, folks, we're the only ones in the world that have this. Very proud of it. I don't mean to break my arm patting our companies on the back, but I didn't create it. The team here did, so I'm actually patting them on the back. Okay. So the last thing I'll show you is one of the projects to give you an idea of how rigorous they are, and then I'm going to move on to one of the Adobes. Okay. So I'm in the project. Okay, and it's the same procedure. Opens up, enable editing, and open up my instructional panel. And these are all of the actions. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 things I have to do. And each one of those 9 things has about 5 to 8 steps within them. Are you getting an idea? This is just chapter 1 of how rigorous this is. There's no answer key for the project, but we do provide the teacher with the video of how to do the project. So they can show the students if they get into a jam. Okay. So that's the broad strokes of our MOS product. And it's the same for Excel and Word. And I'm going to show you Photoshop. Again, same type of thing, except with Photoshop, I'm going to show you 2.3C. With Photoshop, if you're looking to get your students certified, it covers everything within the certification. If you're just looking to use it as curriculum, there's a lot there that's really going to help these students. Okay. And in Photoshop, in the visual design course using Adobe Photoshop, it's not just the software. It also covers working in the design industry, identifying the purpose audience, scope creep. There's a lot of stuff in there that's not just to do with the software. So what we've done is actually built a full comprehensive course, same way the textbook will read to you. We tell you what we're going to be covering in that particular chapter, pre and post assessment, and then we have all of this differentiated instruction pieces. There's quizzes. All of the quizzes grade automatically to give you an idea. I'm just going to go through this one really quickly to show you what happens at the end of the quiz. we want to make sure our software and our courseware help the students learn so that they can get a good grade and have the deck stacked in their favor and give them all of the tools. And this is part of that methodology. I'll show you what I mean. So I just took this quiz. I really didn't pay attention. It gives me an opportunity to return to the attempt or submit and finish. Now, submit and finish. And I hit it again. Say, I'm sure. It tells the student what they got right or wrong, but it also tells them what the correct answer was so that the student can remediate. Okay. They can go back in and redo it, but it's going to shuffle all the answers. Or they can finish the review and move on and take a poor grade. But I wouldn't recommend that. Okay, and again, beautifully laid out textbook pages. We have flashcards. Again, we want that differentiated instruction. So in Adobe, because it's not just the software, there's other stuff in there. So these flashcards, the student answers these. I'm just going to throw some information in. Okay. And then at the end, I can actually see what I got right and wrong, tells me the right answer. I can go back and redo it. And the student gets the immediate feedback. Let me go to lesson 2.3. I just want to show you one of the Adobe chapters. 2.3C is one of the first ones. So actually, I'm going to go back just a couple steps and just show you something I think is pretty cool. So here's your textbook pages, right? So in the textbook pages, it's telling you how to work with grids and guides. And you notice the graphics that are inside the textbook pages? Well, when you go to do the knowledge check, it's the same graphics. So we're actually really mirroring what they're covering in the textbook. This is a lot of thought went into this. This is really strong stuff, guys. Okay, and I'm just going to go through it just before I take you into, okay, so again, show the results, shows me what I got wrong. I can retry it, okay? So let me just show you how everything opens up in Photoshop. I have one open here already. So in Photoshop, we have our own panel again. So our MSI panel lives inside of the Adobe Courseware. We also have the hint feature, where if you're not sure how to do something, you can click on the hint and it'll tell you how to do it. Okay, you can actually make it bigger. Okay, and it actually shows you every step of the way. Now with this particular one, you have to actually change, you have to add grids, and then you have to name the vertical one, and you have to name the horizontal one, but you've seen enough of me clicking around. That can be tedious. But it does, again, it grades automatically. We have a practice, we have a quiz, and we have a project. So that's the broad strokes of what the MSI courseware does. Does anybody have any questions?
Hi, Terrence. We did just have a bunch of questions about the actual materials that are, or the actual products that are covered in the materials. So I'm just going to play the PowerPoint with that. And then if you want to go through those, I can get that showing for you.
Okay, great.
Just a second, because I have way too many windows on my computer up. So it should be sharing, and then let me just advance it for you. Okay, it should be on the Microsoft Office curriculum now.
Yes, exactly. Yes. So Microsoft Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Word Expert, and Excel Expert. Yes, that is exactly correct. And each course is designed to be about 8 weeks worth of instruction. And if you were looking at doing certification, that leaves you enough time to cover up to 3 topics in the 9 weeks, and leaving enough time to test or for final exams.
Okay, and then I'll move on to the Adobe.
Okay. Yeah, your biggest ones for Adobe are your Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, We also have Premiere Pro and Dreamweaver and Animate, and After Effects will be coming out this year, probably right after Christmas, so for the next semester.
Okay, and then we did have another question. Are there any actual practice tests, one that are very similar to the ACA certification tests, aside from the chapter tests?
Yes, so at the end, so if you're looking, if you're looking at doing certification, I was just talking to Christy about this. We do actually have a test prep product that we will be deploying this year called MorePass. And if you sign up, we would actually provide you a copy of MorePass for the first year. What a deal, right?
What a deal. It looks like that's the end of the questions. I did want to make note that there is an option available, so you can request a trial, so you can take a look at the software and go through it yourself. I will include a link where you can sign up for that in the follow-up email. You could also just email me at the email I sent the reminder to, or you can email info@studica.com if you're interested in getting that. And it looks like there's no more questions. So just thank you all for joining us today. And thank you so much, Terrence, and everyone. Have a great day.
Thank you so much, Christy, and thank you folks for coming. I appreciate you.